Listen, I just want to remind everybody that there are a lot of children in this world, and they are, I can't even imagine how they're feeling right now with everything that's going on and everything that they're hearing and seeing. And um, I, I grew up uh, during, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but I remember we used to have to do like nuclear drills, like what to do if a bomb went off and you were at school. And we did this at least twice a week, every week for probably a year. And I remember how scared it made all of the kids. And these poor kids that are growing up in this I don't even know what this is. I don't even have a word for what this is. Complete reversal of reality, maybe. But we cannot forget the kids. Right now, there is so much tension and so much stress, and so many people are emotional. And I know it's probably taking everything that you can to hold it together. But if you have kids, you need to hold it together and you need to focus on your kids. Make sure that they are feeling safe and secure, that they're happy, that they're playing, that life is as normal as possible for them. And I would say that teaching them like valuable life skills, teaching them new things, don't leave it to the schools to take care of these things. Teach them things when they're home. Teach them gardening. Teach them how to take care of a garden, how to water. Teach them anything that you think could become important in the future. I think gardening is very important. I think it's always been important, but it is now even more so important. It's especially important right now. And kids need to know how to do these things. Don't just leave it off to what's the adults, we're going to do it. Kids are highly capable of learning these things. They love to learn them. Teach them about herbs. Teach them about medicinal things, like what plants are used for what. Depending on the age of your child. They pick things up very quickly and very easily, unlike adults who are consumed by social media and TV. Kids like to learn these things. They love to learn how to cook and how to bake and how to make things. And they love to learn how to even clean. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I loved to clean. I don't love to clean now, but I do it without, too much headaches or hassles. But teaching them how to do laundry and how to wash dishes and, how to take care of things. Those things give kids a lot of pride and a feeling of having purpose when they can do these things themselves. And I think it helps if you can get their attention away from social media and TV and get them doing something that is healthy and nurturing and that will be useful to them in the future. And they don't leave them to their devices. Seriously, do not leave them to their devices, not with what's going on now. And find out what's going on in the schools. You know, the news is talking about World War III, and they're talking about nuclear, and they're talking about this and that. Find out what's going on in the schools. You know, are your kids going through drills? Because if they are, they're probably a little freaked out. There's so much stuff going on. And I think a lot of parents are concerned about the future and might be kind of pushing the children off to the side and not paying much attention to the states that they're in. You know, try to get them out and get them some exercise. Try to give them fun things to do, like, you know, drawing, coloring, painting, you know, those types of things. Have them listen to really upbeat music. You know, dance with them. Plant flowers. Go out and cut flowers. Go on a walk. You know, do things that are as normal and nurturing as possible with your kids right now. And if you don't have kids, but you have nieces, nephews, you know, cousins, any of those kids, take a day or two and go collect them and do something fun. It doesn't have to be an amusement park or anything big. Matter of fact, the smaller, more natural things are the better things to do with kids. You know, they don't need a whole lot, but anything to get them away from social media, to get them away from the news, to get them away from, you know, scared parents and family members. You know, I'm sure they're hearing the talk. I'm sure that they're, you know, their kids are not dumb. Kids know what's going on. They know what's going on more than adults do generally. So I grew up in a time where it was scary, but it wasn't nearly as scary as it is today. Nowhere near the problems that we have today. The 70s, specifically, you know, 80s in there, were pretty scary. You know, looked like we were going to war, looked like we were going to be bombed, you know, nuclear. I mean, there was a lot going on. But now there's like 5 times that amount going on. And I know how affected I was as a child, how I felt and how scared I was. And nobody took the time to talk to me about it. I wanted to hear about it. I wanted teachers to explain what was going on. I wanted to know what was happening. And none of the adults would tell me. It was like, if you asked a question about something that was going on, yeah, no, we'd rather you get your information from the news, or we'd rather you get your information from social media. No. Talk to your kids. See what they are hearing. You want to know, like, every day what they're hearing about the news or the media, or, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, at the dinner table, you know, if you sit down and you eat dinner with your children, ask them, what do you hear? You know, how can I help you feel more secure? How can I help you feel better about anything? It doesn't have to be about world events. I feel like a lot of kids are having a hard time right now, and they need a lot of attention from everybody. They need a lot of security. They need a lot of stability. They need a lot of people in their corner So if you are a loving, compassionate person, take the time to reach out and talk to these kids that you know and ask them how they're feeling, and is there anything you can do for them, because there's a lot of people who are completely self-absorbed and they're not offering any help to these kids. And I'm sure you can remember what it was like when you were a kid and how scared you were. And yeah, give to your kids, give to other people's kids. You know, obviously do it caringly. don't scare them more, but try to help them out as much as you possibly can, because I have a feeling those kids are really having a hard time right now. Really having a hard time. And I'm talking kids from little kids all the way up into, you know, teens, maybe even later, maybe even 20-year-olds that are having a hard time. Parents are having a hard time. So if you know parents are having a hard time and they have kids, maybe you can offer to help out, or you know, take the kids for a period of time, give the parents a break, you know, bake some cookies with them, or, you know, do something that is positive and uplifting, and try to give them hope and make them feel good, because I don't think kids are feeling really great these days, and that's really sad. So just heads up, keep an eye on the kids. Take care.